All right, welcome back. I do apologize for the late upload. It's some technical issues. So here we are as the Vegas Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers met in the Stanley Cup final in 2023. I figured this would be a six, maybe even a seven-game series, but ultimately Florida ran out of gas. Vegas are now the champions. First time in their franchise history that they have raised the cup. The last time they were in the finals, I'm sure I've said this over and over again. I probably sound like a broken record at this point. Was in their inaugural season in 2018 when the Capitals came away with the victor in 5 games. So they went from watching a team hoisting the Stanley Cup to hoisting the Stanley Cup in the 5th game of their respective series. So for the Vegas Golden Knights, this is a huge props to them. I wouldn't be surprised if heading into next season, if they were considered Stanley Cup favorites, especially if they were able to keep most of their roster together. And for the Florida Panthers, congratulations. You guys made one hell of a run, a Cinderella team like no other. It's crazy to think that they were a Cinderella team because like, you almost think of a Cinderella team as ones that have been struggling to get their mojo going, but they were President's Trophy champions just a season ago. They made a few trades last off season. Ultimately, it paid off with huge dividends as they took down the best team in the league, the Boston Bruins. They took down the second best team in the Toronto Maple Leafs. They knocked off the Carolina Panthers in 4 straight games in the Eastern Conference Finals, respectively. And then, as I said at the start, they just ran out of gas. And when Kachuk got hurt in Game 3, that ultimately took him out of the series, and obviously took him out of the final game that they played when they ultimately lost. So, huge props to both teams. Huge congratulations to both teams. Obviously, for Florida, I'm sure it stings. You'd rather be on the winning side than the losing side. But they just had one hell of a run. And going into next season, they should finish, in my opinion, in the top 3 in their division with the likes of Boston and Toronto and Tampa Bay. I would not be surprised if Florida fell into that mix going into next season. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. Once again, I apologize for the extremely late upload, but it's better late than never. Until next time, take care.